This lesson is an introduction about how to control your camera's exposure settings. The word photography literally means writing or drawing with light. So I figure the more we can understand about light and use our camera settings carefully to control how much light hits the camera's sensor, the better photographers we can be. The exposure triangle is the three functions of your camera that control exposure. They are the ISO, shutter speed, and aperture. I'll introduce a little of what they do today and then cover them in more detail in future lessons. So don't worry if it's a bit of a mystery at this stage. The ISO setting controls how responsive the sensor is to light. It can be adjusted depending on the lighting conditions you are working in. I change the ISO far less than I do the other two components of the exposure triangle. The shutter speed control determines the duration of time the shutter will be open for, so a longer duration lets in more light and a shorter duration lets in less light. The aperture is a diaphragm in the lens which can be opened wider to let more light in or closed narrower to let less light in. It functions much like the iris in our eyes function. They are very narrow and bright light and wide open when there's not much light. Using your ISO setting as a foundation, you can then adjust the shutter speed and aperture so you expose your photos well. Learning to do this using manual mode on your camera gives you the most control over your exposures. Your camera also has full and semi-auto modes to assist you in achieving good exposures. For this challenge, we will begin to see how the three parts of the exposure triangle work together to create acceptable exposures. This will be best when your camera is set to manual mode. You'll need to know how to view the information your camera's exposure meter provides. This will tell you when you have the right settings for your exposure. It usually looks something like this. Today, choose a fairly evenly lit scene to make your photos. First, set your shutter speed to 1/250th of a second and your aperture to f8. Now, adjust your ISO so the exposure meter is at 0 and take a photo. Next, adjust your ISO to double whatever your first setting was. So if your ISO was at 400, now make it 800. Then adjust your shutter speed to 1/500th of a second and make another photo. Leaving your ISO at the same setting, set your shutter speed back to 1/250th of a second and adjust your aperture to f11 and make another photo. Write down in your notebook the changes you're making and your observations. You will notice that your photos have the same exposure even though you have changed the settings each time. Well, they should be the same exposure if you've done things correctly. This is the beginning of learning how you can work with the exposure triangle to control how your photos will look. Each of the settings has some other effect on your photos. Key points from this lesson are: the word photography literally means writing or drawing with light. The exposure triangle is three functions of your camera that control exposure. These are the aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. In this lesson, you'll learn about the two most important factors of your camera you need to understand and control. Good photographs are usually in focus and well exposed. The exception can be some fine art photography where anything that's technically bad can still be acceptable. If you want to sell your photos and have them published or generally have anyone take notice of them, then it really is best to make sure that they're sharp and well exposed, at least until you've made a name for yourself. This is breaking photography down to its fundamentals. If you understand and can manage the controls for these two things, you're well on the way to becoming an accomplished photographer. Focus can be automatic or manual. In the past it was always manual. I still use a number of old manual focus lenses. Autofocus is much easier and it takes less practice to learn to use it well, but you still need to practice and understand it. Where you focus within your composition is important. This is usually on your main subject and where people viewing the photo will look first. If your focus is on the wrong part of your composition, the photo will not be so good. Well-exposed photos happen when the right amount of light enters the camera and affects the sensor to record the image containing sufficient detail. With exposure, you also have the choice between manual and auto settings. Every camera has various options for auto settings. Manual exposure gives you more control over how your photos will look. There are many lessons in this course about how to expose your photos well because this is such an essential aspect of photography. Starting in Lesson 9 of this first module, I'll teach you more about exposure, and then in the next module, I will go into it in even greater detail. There are 3 settings which influence exposure. These are the aperture, the shutter speed, and the ISO. Each has a different function which impacts the amount of light your camera's sensor will record when you take a photo. In this challenge, you'll begin to explore how to make photos that are well focused. When you find an interesting subject, the first thing you do when you look through your viewfinder is to lightly press the shutter button. This button, when pressed down slightly, will focus your lens. This is typically the first thing every photographer does. You need to see a sharp image before you can properly compose or expose your photo. In the next 2 lessons and in the next module, I will teach you more about focus as well. But right now, take a series of photos practicing on getting your subject in good focus. Try having some objects in the foreground, even blocking part of your main subject. What happens when you focus? Change positions as you are taking these photos. Make some with the main light behind you and some looking into the light. What's the difference with the exposures? Did you notice if the focus was affected when you pointed your camera towards the light? For an extra challenge, do the same series of photos at night. Think about what's happening with your focus and exposure. While you're looking at the photos you've taken for each challenge, separate a few of your favourites and save them in a folder. Over time, this favourites folder will become a great place for you to browse your images and appreciate how much you've learned and how much your photography is improving. Key points from this lesson are: good photographs are usually in focus and well exposed. Focus and exposure can be automatic or manual. Focus and exposure are foundational to photography.